Michael Tiny Saul, and in this video I'm going to be analyzing some Forex pairs and crosses. It is April 3rd for a few more minutes, 2011, just to get a time reference in case you're watching this weeks down the road. You'll know when the data was fresh. Let's take a look at the Euro. Euro's been in a nice uptrend since hitting its low the beginning of the year. And after this last pullback, the trend resumed to the upside. But all we did was get a test of the last set of highs here. So I'm looking for the Euro to move out higher. I think we test that upper Keltner channel at a minimum. And I think we have the potential to go higher here and may actually want to test these highs from back here in the end of 09. Now, I don't know if we get there in one spurt or not. So here's what I'm looking for. We probably won't. I'm being a little funny, but no, everybody forgot to laugh. All right. So anyway, I'm looking for an intraday type pattern here, like on a 60, 120, 180 minute chart. See if we get a consolidation, and we could bracket that consolidation and look for a break higher here. But maybe we'll do a pullback. Maybe this is a short-term double top, and maybe we pull it back. That's fine. That's why I always like to go to the intraday time frames and set up a bracket so I know that when I'm wrong, right? If I'm looking to lean long and we break the bracket to the downside, well, I'm wrong. I just don't. I cross the play out. Same thing I do with stocks, okay? So Aussie dollar, you can see it broke out the new highs on the year, and this was a pretty swift move here. The move looks tired. I think we're going to pull back, but before shorting, I want to see a pattern set up here. I would love to see it pull back to this high because on that pullback, I'd be watching for a buying up. Dollar yen, okay, same thing, a lot of volatility, then a consolidation, then a break. Poke through the upper Keltner channel, now digesting. I want to see what this digestion does. If we just form a few-day pattern at in the upper part of this candle, could be ready to break higher. It's kind of like what we did here, right? Nice little consolidation up at the top of the candle, then maybe we're set to break higher. Dollar Swiss, okay, I did a couple of symmetrical lines, and you could see that this move here equals this move here. Right? It was almost a perfect symmetrical move. I could be a little bit off on the size of the lines, but it's in the spirit of it. So right now, this looks to be in a pretty strong downtrend. So I'm going to be watching here, and I'm going to be using the stochastic. I'm not a huge indicator guy, but I would love to see the stochastic get overbought here, because overbought in a downtrend is what you look for. So I'm going to be watching this for potential shorting up, should that happen. Here's the loonie, dollar CAD. I think that this should just be watched for now. It may set up a buying up if it can push down to this lower Keltner with divergence. But right now, I don't see a setup here. I'm not ready to just jump on board here because we had a kind of an expansion candle compared to what we've been seeing in this. So I'm in wait and see mode here. There's plenty of currency pairs, right? No need to jump in on anything prematurely. Okay, the Euro Yen, full disclosure, I am short one mini lot. Yep, one mini lot of this cross. And the reason I am short is I am testing out a new system. And what I like to do when I try new systems and new techniques, and new things I pick up, is I like to paper trade them for a week. And then the beauty of Forex is you could trade them with very small size. So to me, I have a small account open, so I can't lose control or anything. And if I blow up the entire $500, not on this one trade, but if I take a couple of trades and I wind up blowing up the $500, well, it's all for the good of science, right? I mean, and this is just me. I'm not telling anybody to do this, but I like paper trading only to a point. All right. What I like to do is which is why I love cash Forex, because you can buy the mini lots and not get pummeled trying something out here, right? And you know, it's like with futures. Like if I test a new S&P 500 system, I'll paper trade it a little longer, because even one contract, if it's losing a couple points a week, it can add up real quick. All right, so I'm short the euro yen here, and it has nothing to do with the analysis I'm now going to say, but I want to just make sure everything is disclosed, so you don't think, oh, the only reason you like it short. I don't think one mini lot, I don't think I'm going to influence anybody or use it to pump and dump. I think I'm down in the position now, $10, $12, $15. I don't even know when I'm down in it, but I think I have a $50 stop on it, okay? So the reason that I like it on a technical view is that it had this expansion bar through the upper counter, and oftentimes that can be a sign of exhaustion, right? You see this bar through it, came back in. Let's go back. Let's just use this one. See, now this one had the expansion bar, but it didn't get through the counter, you notice, and then it started getting through the counter and just rode it up. Let's see, here was a big expansion candle through the counter, and then it came back. Now, this isn't the reason, like I said, why I shorted here. It's something else that I'm doing based on the average true range and stuff. But shorting pierces of Bollinger Bands and Keltner channels, that's not really anything new. Okay, that's not, it's outside the band, let's fade it. Okay, that's not a new technique at all. But the way that I look at this is, it had the push up, it paused, and it just kept ratcheting higher until finally, boom, just this big expansion here. So what would be the target of a short like this? I mean, I'd be looking for this to get back into the upper Keltner at a minimum. And then, we really have to watch this large bar. I mean, on my personal trade, I'm looking for 150 pips. So I'm looking for this thing to come down. Now, on this trade, on the analysis, you have to really watch halfway up to the candle, right? That's the strongest support, is the top half of this tall green candle. So you want to be careful there, all right? And I'm not saying that you should short off for what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that this, to me, besides my own reason for shorting it, I just think it looks tired here, and it looks like it's exhausted to the upside and at least needs to digest a little bit. Okay, so that's the euro yen. Euro Aussie, don't really see a pattern here. Okay, I don't really see a pattern where I could say, it looks like it's going to spring from here. Well, may want to retest that lower Keltner or test that lower Keltner before it gets a bounce. So I'm going to watch it. I think it may offer an opportunity for a potential trade. I mean, right now it could be forming a wedge here. And all that wedge means is it's a contraction in volatility, right? And look, by the way, as long as we're on this chart, here's an example, right, where we bust through the Keltner and come back in. But look at this one. We bust through it and we keep going. And I mean, we don't get back in for, it looks like, a couple weeks, right? You don't get profitable for a couple of weeks on something like this. And look at recently, bust through the Keltner, up, and then it came in. So, using the Keltner and the Bollinger Band piercings as fade signals, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but I think it has to be in the right context. Okay, it's just on a side note here, since I saw that. All right, let's look at the cable. And you can see nothing here. It's just choppy. I leave this to better people. I don't see a setup here at all. Not saying there isn't one. I just don't see it. Let's see. We did euro yen. Did we do Aussie yet? No. Aussie yen looks like the euro yen to me. Okay, big move to the upside, and then boom. Here's the expansion candle outside it. All right, this one, believe it or not, didn't qualify based on the system that I'm testing. I have no idea why. So I would figure that it would be similar, but the size of that bar Friday on the euro yen is what triggered off that system. So I'll let you know how it does. Let's see, we did dollar. All right, let's look at the pound New Zealand dollar. This is one that has a potential for a little squeeze here, but I don't really see an entry right here. But you notice how it's riding down and it's forming this little wedge here. I mean, it's if the trend lines were converging a little sharper, I would say that this may be an opportunity to buy this on a break of it, but it's more of a channel, I guess, than a wedge here. I could make it into a wedge, but why try to force fit it? I know something about this cross, though, that tells me I think we're due a bounce here. But, my gut and my feeling is definitely not the place to follow. Always go by the technicals. So I'm going to watch this for another day or so and see what sets up here. This may offer an opportunity for a bounce play. So that's it. Send me an email if you want me to go over specific crosses or pairs, and I will do my best. And have a great trading day on Monday. I will try to update this list, or at least take another look at some of these in the next day or so. Okay, that's it. Talk to everybody in the next video.